A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir raheem. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalatu wassalam ashrafil mursaleen. Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammadan Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Bimadadakum wa nazarakum Sayyidi ya Rasul Kareem. Bi Habibul Azim. Madad ya Sayyidi ya Sultanil Awliya ma Shaykh Abdul Faiz Daghestani. Sultan Shaykh Muhammad Nazim Adil Haqqani. Sultan Qulubina Mawlana Shaykh Hisham Kabani. Madad al-Haqq ya Hujjatullahi al-Mukhlis. Wa a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir raheem. Atiyullah, atiya Rasul wa ulul amri minkum. And always a reminder for myself, ana abdukal ajiz da'eefu miskeen zalim al-jahal, and by the grace of Allah Turn this one off? By the grace of Allah that we are in existence still, that Allah's rahmah and infinite blessing dressing and keeping His servants in the oceans of mercy with all their bad characteristics and flaws, and we inshaAllah took a path of nothingness. The turuqs come and teach us that Prophet's only claim in this dunya and for akhirah was that Allah sent me to perfect character. We talked earlier today, but alhamdulillah inshaAllah as a reminder for myself that it's an important subject. Adaban Rabbi fa asana fi tahdeeb, that Allah didn't send me to perfect the hafiz, to perfect battle, to perfect warfare, to perfect governments, but Allah sent me as a rahmatan lil alameen for all creation to perfect the character. And the understanding of character is a safeguard upon our faith and upon our path. And the turuqs and Ahl Haqqaiq, they specialize in that reality, means to teach you about the character of Sayyidina Muhammad from physical to the rohani to the haqqaiq of Prophet. It gives a safeguarding for the believer's faith, that when you're trained in understanding the character you can point out within your heart like a compass what is correct and what is incorrect. Turuqs come and they teach of the greatness of all this creation is from Nurul Muhammadi, and Allah created all this creation with love. Its spring is the spring of love, of wadud, that Allah a hidden treasure wanting to be known, and be known through the reality of Muhammadun Rasulullah. It can't be known through La ilaha illallah, it'd be shirk, it'd be a shareek with Allah. No partner with Allah. Allah want to be known through the reality of Muhammadun Rasulullah, and this is from malakut, the world of light. This is not the physical, this is not the description of the physical, this is the description of the world of light. So everything created in love. And قُلْ إِنِّي كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي وَيُحِبُّكُمُ اللَّهُ. That my way is the way of love, that you follow the reality of Sayyidina Muhammad, and that I will love you. Means the whole path and reality is based on love. Prophet's reality is based on love. Prophet's akhlaq and character, rahmatan lil alameen. You can go for years talking about that Prophet was sent as a rahmah to all creation, for every universe, for everything that comes into existence. The reality of Prophet was sent as a mercy and a rahmah. Mercy and rahmah is filled with love. When they train you in that character, then anyone who speaks outside of that character, you see it as a falsehood. The Prophet was soft spoken, gentle, kind, loving. Prophet was fragranced. He represents and symbolizes purity, They say wherever Prophet walked was a fragrance, wherever Prophet walked was a gentleness and a kindness, and they understood the love of Allah by accompanying Sayyidina Muhammad. So then when awliyaullah instill that upon the character of their students, that through your heart that understanding is burned into your core, that everything about Prophet is love, then any time somebody is talking, because this is now a time of great deceit, everything is the opposite of what it should be in all the world's religions and all of Allah's beloved servants. What this dunya knows of it, shaitan has flipped it. So now if you speak of love, they say, what's this talk of love and compassion, and let's talk jihad, let's talk being angry, let's talk being mean, let's talk being rude. Somebody was reading a comment today that, I don't care what people think and I'm going to be rude to people, I'm going to tell them what they're doing wrong. What character was this from Prophet? Said, don't break a single person's heart, you be accountable to Allah. Everything of the muhabbat and love of Prophet they teach opposite. They teach everything of fighting, of everything of bad character, of anger, means this is a Dajjal understanding. Why? Because this is the time of the Dajjal. Everything is the opposite of what it should be. So when they teach the character of Sayyidina Muhammad is a rahmah, is a mercy, is soft spoken, is muhabbat and love, then any time the heart sees other than that, it's like a warning sign into the heart, this is not correct. What you're hearing is not from the character of Prophet. The heart has to be something that's guarded and safeguarded. If you take your heart and your ears to everywhere and give them freely to anyone, you contaminate the most precious vessel that Allah has given to you. It's not something you give to everybody. You don't give your heart and you don't give your ears. The turuq and the tariqah is based on waqaf, vigilance of your heart. Your heart is a precious gem that Allah want to bring its reality out. You fortify and sanctify the heart like a Fort Knox. You put every type of protection upon all your faculties, that Allah going to bestow a treasure within this heart. This is not an open house for shaitan to come. You don't keep it like with a house with all the windows down, all the doors open, anybody freely come and go as they please, they'll steal all the gems within the heart. Says, no, you don't go everywhere, you don't sit with everyone and you don't listen to everything. All of that will be coming like poison darts within the ear and into the heart, within the ear and into the heart. So then they teach the vigilance. If you are true and you are taking a path to reach towards your reality, be vigilant over your ears. Ya Rabbi, I'm asking to hear from the haqqaiq and the realities. Then sit with the people of character that train you in character. Ya Rabbi, I want to see from your realities, then close your eyes to this illusion and take a path of tafakkur. Who's teaching tafakkur? They're not willing to close their eyes for 5 minutes, so they speak only from their mind. Min ahli tafakkur, throughout Qur'an Allah saying they don't know except the people of tafakkur. Allah saying they don't know the Qur'an except the people of tafakkur, they speak only from their mind. And we're not interested in anything from the mind, we're interested in from the heart. وَقَلْبِ الْمُؤْمِنِ بَيْتُ اللَّهِ, it comes from the house of Allah. Manzil al-Qur'an, the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad is the house and the vicinity of Holy Qur'an is coming out. So means these characters and this reality, it safeguards the personality that they begin to teach. Everything of love is with Prophet. When you go and the character is soft, the character is compassionate, the character was loving to men and to women. to black and to white and made no distinction between them. Now go places and see if there's a distinction. Is that from Prophet where the women have no access to knowledge and that people are based on cliques and groups and communities and they don't talk to this and they don't talk to that. They have a caste system because they come back from homelands where they were caste. You're poor, you're rich, you go there, you come forward. This from Prophet? No. So as soon as you see, that's why they teach the character. They speak a certain way, your heart alarm goes off, this is not from the way of Sayyidina Muhammad. Turn on now every YouTube and there's an ulama who's screaming. We said before that when Prophet sat and Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq got angered by somebody in his presence, as soon as he elevated his voice, Sayyidina Muhammad got up and walked out of the masjid. And for us to learn from Siddiq al-Mutlaq, the perfected servants of Allah, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq ran after Sayyidina Muhammad, says, what happened, what did we do wrong? He says, as soon as you raised your voice, shaitan was present, haqq and falsehood we don't sit together. So Prophet walked out. So it means when they teach the akhlaq, who can fool you? If you don't know the akhlaq, you sit with everybody and they become violent talk, crazy talk. Most of them now is like www, all they talk about is what? Weddings, women and wudu. All they want are weddings, many of them multiple weddings, not one. Women, what to do after you have a wedding, and then wudu because you had your wedding. And that's all the three subjects they talk about. This is not the way of haqqaiq. They begin to teach the character of Sayyidina Muhammad. Then they begin to teach in this month of Muharram that when the great Hijrah is about to happen, the two events that took place, that Sayyidina Muhammad took his beloved friend Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq and begin the Hijrah. That I'm going to take Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, I'm going to go stop at the cave and from the cave go into Madinah Munawwara. Then they begin to teach the character of Imam Ali because there's a big discussion in these different labels that people have. But if you know the character, then you know exactly how you should love and respect them and don't transgress that line because it's not from their character. So when you start to yell, means that you're outside of the character of Sayyidina Muhammad and Prophet's ruhaniyat then must leave that reality. So when you keep and safeguard the limit of the character, you safeguard your faith. So when they teach what was the example and the character of Imam Ali because the Hijrah means is the opening of this nation, the opening of the reality of the city of lights. Imam Ali comes and tells Prophet I will lay in the bed, you go with your beloved friend and establish the nation of Islam. Means I'll lay in the bed and sacrifice myself. Why? Because his reality is from the Kawthar. فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ. That my reality that Allah has given to me is a reality from the realities of Sayyidina Ismail who told his beloved father, Baba, you find me to be patient with what Allah has ordered for you, you can't move in the room. When we talk it cuts the tajalli, don't move. That be patient with what Allah is giving because this is a reality that's going to be dressing the soul. So what Imam Ali represents, that you go establish and I'm going to take my role in annihilation. I lay my life for you, I want to be nothing for you. Is setting the example for all the descendants, all the Ahlul Bayt that want to follow in that reality. You be nothing in the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad and sacrifice your life. قُلْ إِنَّ صَلَاتِي وَأَحْنُ السُّوقِ وَأَحْمَى يَحْيَا وَأَحْمَى Lillahi Rabbil Alameen. He represents as a child that I'll lie in the bed, let them come and kill me and you establish what Allah wants you to establish. So that means Basirat al-Lam Jalala, when the Lamb comes and Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq is going to represent Prophet, he's going to be the face of the nation, that Prophet is taking him to Madinatul Munawwara. And Imam Ali salam is representing the stations of annihilation, that these are the two doors of Prophet. And I'm representing this Zulfiqar with Sirat al-Lam Jalala, that Izzatullah is Imam Ali salam is representing that alif, and Lisan al-Haq that representing Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Imam Ali salam, I am going to lie in the bed and take a life in which I sacrifice myself. That sacrifice is a tremendous support upon the nation. As a result, what does Lam Alif do? It goes like this. So the face of the nation is Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. The support and the reality of Ahlul Bayt, they stay in the oceans of annihilation. So begin to teach. The character of Imam Ali salam was that of sacrifice, was that of annihilation, of that of not wanting to be seen, not wanting to be known. That what Allah dressing from His reality was to be nothing. فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْهَارْ, I pray unto my Lord, I sacrifice everything for this reality. And they are the owners of Al-Kawthar, and all the companions and Sahabi, they play a role and they all own that reality. But they play a role for us to understand. When they teach that character, then you begin to understand, oh, Imam Ali salam, he is the one of annihilation, never wanting to show himself but have majestic power, never wanting to put himself as a partner with Sayyidina Muhammad, always the hidden support, but the first to show that love for Sayyidina Muhammad. So then why would he put his name in the azan? Is it possible that he would want to be a partner with Prophet? Impossible if you know his character. Why to praise him in a way that you praise Sayyidina Muhammad is impossible. You transgress the your boundaries, and you left then the character that he exemplifies, and that's when they become insulted. My life, do you remember I lied in the bed to be nothing and sacrificed myself, why you put my name like that? I was never trying to be a partner with Sayyidina Muhammad. My only love is that you love Sayyidina Muhammad. If you live a life in which you love Prophet, sacrifice yourself at all times, your desire, your want, your character, your need for the love of Sayyidina Muhammad, Imam Ali will appear to you and teach you, I'm pleased with your character, because you are now inheriting from us. We want to be nothing, we want to be the ghulams of Sayyidina Muhammad. We want to serve Prophet with everything and every reality that we have. We don't want our name on any azan, and we don't want our name to be a partner with Sayyidina Muhammad. It wasn't our character, otherwise we would have insisted to go to the cave. The role I play is a hidden role, and you'll know that through my children and my grandchildren what role they play. Then they come and they teach. What was the character of Imam Hussain? Sayyid al-Shuhada, he sees all realities that nobody can see without Imam Hussain signing that reality. Means has the highest of wilayat, the highest of sainthood, and to know your fate and to step into it, and to know your fate that you're going to die and take no warfare, take no soldiers. This is not about a battle and about fighting, but this is about accepting Amr Jabbar, the order of Allah from Sifat al-Jabbar. When Allah give you a test that's so strong in your life, it shakes everything, and to accept it, not to find a way out of it. Allah send you a test, step into it, you'll get your reward. Most people see the test and they're running like crazy. Step into your test, Allah has a solution, don't worry. That's what Imam Hussain represents, not anger, not lanat. Why then if you say lanat and anger means he was fooled, he didn't know what was happening. If you know the character, why would you attribute something that not to that character? We knew very well what was happening to us. and that shows the greatness. We knew very well that we couldn't drink, but we had the power. At any time Imam Hussain could touch and all of Zamzam and Kawthar would appear for them. They didn't drink because it was Allah's order. That shows the greatness of khuluqul azim. You are inheriting from the greatness of Prophet's character. Everything at your disposal, every power at your disposal. These are the true lions of God, that everything in their hands and they didn't use it. Haqq, they didn't use it. So then why now people come and say that they are following Imam Hussain and they want to be militant and they want to fight and they want to take revenge. What revenge? He stepped into that to be a great intercessor for the nation of Sayyidina Muhammad. Who would step into that difficulty and for what reason? He stepped in that to intercede, that I'm going to step into this faith. If this is what Allah wants, I'm going to be owed something. And he knew that he would be granted an intercession for the nation of Sayyidina Muhammad. So they teach the character. If we know the character of these holy souls, then who can fool us with their lies? Because as soon as you hear, you say, this is not in the character of this companion. This is not what they wanted. They didn't want fame, they didn't want to fight anyone. Why he didn't bring 10,000 soldiers from Mecca if he wanted to conquer Baghdad? He brought his women and children and he knew exactly what is happening. So they teach the character. When the character is known, then shaitan cannot fool us, because this is the time of Dajjal where every great personality, its reality is flipped. Prophet loving, if you talk about love they say, Shaykh, why do you talk about this crazy loving stuff? Let's talk about the hard and the fighting, which was not the character of Prophet. Then why they talk about Imam Ali and they're making nasheed and standing up as if it's the durood al-sharif on Sayyidina Muhammad and they don't even make a single durood on Prophet and they keep praising upon. And this is the Imam who said, I was the one who lied in the bed, stop praising upon me, I'm shy in front of Sayyidina Muhammad. Give your love to Sayyidina Muhammad, he sent me as a support for you. Don't do all these things. Then why they attribute to Sayyidina Isa they say that the tajalli of Sayyidina Isa was so powerful, so strong, he had only 12 khalifas. Sayyidina Muhammad had 124,000 khalifas. But because of the jalali, the strongness of that tajalli, only 12 people could accompany Sayyidina Isa. And they teach from the haqqaiq of Sayyidina Isa that he forbid for his followers atar. That's how tough he was on them. That don't put atar, don't put fragrance, because it's going to give you from the pleasures of dunya. And would often take them to look at the dead corpse and say, see how this is rotting, you too one day will rot into the grave. When they begin to teach the character of Sayyidina Isa then how you have these credit cards and trees and all of these things? Because it's a Dajjal system where they take the character of these noble and righteous and pious souls and they propagate incorrect information about their reality. So the turuqs, they safeguard that reality, they safeguard the characteristics. We pray that Allah grant us from an understanding of the true characteristics, the love in which they represent for Allah and that love with sacrifice what they gave in the way of Allah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa wa bi Surat al-Fatiha.
سيدنا النبي سيدنا النبي سيدنا النبي سيدنا النبي